This is a quick and easy way to replace a spoke that's broken, but will only work if your nipple is still good. As you can see, I've already removed the broken spoke that broke at the J-bend at the hub side of the tire. You just need a few things to do this. In this case, I'm using a Schrader valve core removal tool that came with flat-out to let the air out of the tire. You're going to need your replacement spoke. In this case, it's a 128 millimeter J-bend 12 gauge. And then you're going to need a spoke tightening tool, a spoke wrench. I do recommend a quality one. This one is from Park Tools and fits my KBO Ranger and Breeze perfectly. And of course you're going to need some way to get air back into the tire. In this case I'm just using a air compressor. The first thing we're going to do is let the air out of the tire. You'll see that I use these tire pressure monitoring caps. I find them pretty useful. I'll put a link in the description to these, but they give you a visual indication of the tire pressure. And we're going to use the Schrader valve core removal tool to get the core out. Make sure you don't lose that. Now that the air is out of the tire, you should be able to push the nipple gently into the rim. If the tape is good on the rim, then you won't be able to push it all the way, but you do want to have a little bit of it sticking out. Now find where the spoke is supposed to go through the hub and take note of the pattern because you want to match the existing pattern. This particular one, it's even hard to see. It's very difficult to get to. Go ahead and stick the threaded end of the spoke through the hub and try and get it as closely positioned as you're going to need it in the end position. You're going to find that it is impossible to get it to the nipple, and what you're going to need to do is do a gentle bend in the spoke. Yes, I said you're going to bend it. Once you've gotten it into the nipple and tightened it, it will actually straighten out. Repeated bending of spokes would definitely cause fatigue, but this one time shouldn't cause a problem. I've done this with a few spokes and have over 1,000 miles on some of them with no problems whatsoever. Gently adjust the bend until you can finagle the threaded end of the spoke into the nipple. You will need to depress the nipple itself with your fingertip as it will naturally want to come out of the rim. Once you've got it correctly positioned, you're going to try and start tightening that nipple. It may just take some finagling to get it going. When I do this, I like to think about how I would be threading the nipple or threading the spoke into the nipple if I wasn't using a tool, and then use the tool to do that, because sometimes it can be confusing what direction you're going to go. If needed, you might adjust the bend a bit more to get going. Even a quality spoke wrench like this one can be somewhat finicky. Just take your time, and as you start to tighten it, go ahead and gently try and push the bend out, and then firmly tighten your spoke. Ideally, you'd like to check the tension with a measurement tool. I have yet to find one that actually works with spokes as short as these. So now you're good to go. Just check the tension of the other spokes and go ahead and fill it up with air.